Today on the Spiel,
we're gonna make some ice cream tacos.
We are. We have vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and caramel. I made it special for the kids this morning.
My name is Ian Harrison. I'm an ex-professional bodybuilder. You know, PCA stands for fair judging, no bias, no prejudices. And we're trying to make it all about the athlete.
Today on Backstage Pass, we welcome Lucas Hoge in studio.
Every time I hear the thunder rolls, I'm right back to 10 years old.
I love to get back whenever I can because, like you said, I feel like I've been blessed so much along the way that I'd be a fool not to get back in some way.
This is the Spiel.
I'm here today and all I hear is how I'm chasing crazy dreams. They'll see, 'cause I've got perfect songs and melodies just waiting to come out of me, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa. Fancy words, clever lines and tales that take you back in time, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa, and they'll know. Everyone will know. They should have believed in me.
Should have believed, baby. Welcome to the Spiel. It used to be Angie and Julie, but now it's just Angie and house chef Lasse Sorensen, because Julie is so popular now. Did you know this about her?
Well, I mean, she's popular because she was on this show, right?
So this is the makings of popularity.
Oh,
right
I know,
here.
and that's what I'm hoping for too.
Yeah, well,
you know, when you called and asked if I want to be on the show, I'm like, oh my God, this is my chance.
It is. This is it. And I tell you what, you know how people keep up with one another now, right? Mm-hmm. You really can't even go to the bathroom. You can't go to the store. People know about it through this social media.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on social media? Just curious.
Well, you know, social media is great because I can measure in the restaurant that, you know, your team has done an incredible job for me.
Thank you.
And I can tell my business is booming, and that's hard to say right now in Southern Illinois.
It is, in any place, actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's made a huge difference for me. And, you know, as we keep going, I can see more and more results. So
awesome.
It's great.
I love what your wife, Mary Jane, said. She's been a naysayer about social media. You know, the older generations, I included, you know, we watch these millennials who will have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of viewers, and you're like, you're putting out crap, you know? Well, I need to jump on this bandwagon. Well, obviously on the production side of things and growing media marketing, we do social media with the help of Idea Creative Marketing. And we've watched you've got these great dishes and you know, Mary Jane's such an important part, and she'll meet you when you come in the restaurant there. And a naysayer, like I said, but I think she turned to you recently and said this social media bleep really works. Is that what she
did,
said?
yeah.
She said that.
But you know, one of the things that I think is important, I had so much good content.
Oh my goodness.
But I just didn't know how to handle it.
Yes.
And now when it's in the right hands, I can tell that even though I produced this long time ago, we're going back and looking at all this stuff I have, and at the time I didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. And now it's used in the right platform.
That's right. And Shari Rhode was spectacular today. She is a business attorney as well, and she pointed out, you know, when you have intellectual rights to something, you need to protect that. And the one thing we're doing, your dishes are so magnificent and they're yours. We watermark those, just like you would do, you know, back in the day with your photographs. If you were a photographer and you're taking photographs, you want to protect that because you created that. That's your creation. And with so many people out there now just trying to come up with content and have something of their own, we don't mind if they share as long as you're attached to it.
We like that. Sharing is good.
Sharing is good. But you know, the other thing is these guys are doing, have you heard of vlogging? Not blogging, vlogging. What is that?
Well, the only reason why I know about it is some of the youngsters that works in the studio here have explained that to me.
They're all over it.
It's video, not text.
Not text, you're
Yes.
right. So we've got Rob.
Are you surprised I knew that?
I love it.
Okay.
That means you're listening. Actually, I'm going to share with our viewers here that you accused me this week of maybe not listening.
Well, you know, I don't know. It was just an outburst.
But anyway, we got Rob. You know Rob, right?
Yes.
Rob's great. Rob has been an integral part of producing your Word of the Week.
Yes.
So we have to let people know, by the way, if they like your page, Tom's Place is that fabulous restaurant in DeSoto, Illinois. If you like that and you follow him on social media, you'll find out there are ways to win the finest in cuisine and wines and that type of thing, right? So Rob produced that for a while.
Yes.
And he has a vlog. He's done like a weight loss vlog. He's got like movie making vlogs. We'll watch some of it.
So I just pulled up outside. I still really don't want to go. But I know that it's going to be worth it. So once I get in here and actually start working out, it's going to be a lot better. So I'm going to head inside. So I just left the gym. I'm exhausted, completely worn out. You saw the workouts I was doing. From what I understand, those are still beginner workouts. I'm just trying to build muscle so that I can have that to help me lose weight. Muscle burns more calories than fat does. So the more muscle you put on your body, the faster you're going to burn the calories.
And then Jason, you know about Jason Pinkston. He's the guy who wears the sunglasses. Yeah. He not only documents what he's doing in the way of creating fantastic commercials for businesses, but he also loves to cover country music. Have you seen those? So let's take a look at that. And then we've got the youngsters. We've got the Marcus and the Hunter, and I think that they're just out there vlogging for chicks.
I think,
what do you think?
I think 90% of that statement is correct.
But they do some really cool stuff. I mean, the guys are traveling and they've got some really cool clips so you want to take a look. And they probably have more followers than we do. So this is our chance to jump on board with them, right?
So guys, we are in the middle of the desert. Check it out. We're going to a big sand dune up that way. So yeah, that's the plan. There's Taylor up there.
You've got to stick around. Do you know on this show we have a former Mr. Universe?
No. Wow.
You're not going to put on a Speedo for that one, are you?
No.
Not today.
Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up.
All right, stay right there. We'll be right back.
Coming up on the Spiel.
I love to play in the kitchen. And I had, my best friend said, you know, I bought you an ice cream machine gazillion years ago. You haven't taken it out of the box. And I said, okay, I will. And just sort of unleashed the monster.
And later in the show.
Time I hear the thunder rolls, I'm right back to 10 years old. Those songs are like the soundtrack to my life.
It's wonderful to see that you're aligned not only with country, you know, country rock, but there's some Christian mention in there.
Yeah, you know, grew up in a little country church, and maybe at the peak of congregation there was 15 people. I mean,
that's right.
It was
that's
small.
Your stage. That's all you need.
Exactly, and it just built from there.
It's your most valuable resource. Nearly everyone is trying to save it, but sharing it with others makes for a wise investment. We all know how valuable time is. That's why we work to ensure your time goes farther and counts for more. More for our students, our families, business owners, entrepreneurs, our communities, to save you even more time. Because at the Bank of Heron, it's not just a bank, it's a relationship.
My name is Terry Rogers Smith. I am a PA, and I'll be practicing in Christopher. Well, I'm family practice, meaning I treat everything from 3 months old to the end. I think the biggest thing with me that you'll find is I'm a patient advocate, and I'm very much for the patient making their decisions, because ultimately it's their body.
Visit any one of our 11 locations in Southern Illinois. Log on to our website, crhpc.org.
You'll know you're in Shawnee Forest Country when the hills rise up to meet you. When the fruit of the land seems to be waiting for you to pick it. Where at the end of every path, you'll find another reason to raise a toast. The Shawnee National Forest is home to miles of unbelievable natural wonders, adventure, wineries, and unique places to stay. That's how you'll know you're in Shawnee Forest Country. Plan your getaway at southernmostillinois.com.
Prairie Farms presents Did You Know with Chef Rob.
Hi, Chef Rob here. We all need 25 to 30 grams of protein with each meal, and milk really delivers breakfast protein. It helps with energy and focus, keeps you feeling fuller longer, maintains bone health, maintains healthy weight, and also helps with lean muscle mass. So fuel your morning with protein and start your day with Prairie Farms milk.
Well, we hear it all of the time. Food is love. It's a peacemaker. Did I rip that phrase off from somebody?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it before.
House Chef Lasse Sorensen is in today with his longtime friend, and I happen to know her. Who doesn't? Shari Rhode of Rhode Law Firm. Been around for a long, long time in Southern Illinois. And we have some lovely participants from our studio audience today because we said the words ice cream, and like
yes.
everybody came forward, right?
Yes.
These youngsters are missing school, but it's going to be okay when we give a shout out to Giant City in Southern Illinois and St. Andrew's School. So thanks so much for being here, guys. What's happening, Chef?
Well, we're going to make some ice cream tacos.
We are.
And let's get going here. Put some heat on there.
Okay, you start the butter, and we'll start the kids. Each of the kids has in front of them a large tortilla shell. Now we have vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and caramel, and I'm going to ask you to pick whatever flavor you want and put some on your particular taco. We've got some chocolate and vanilla ice cream, and I'm just going to take the carton so this gets us the right shape.
And let's not discount what's happening. That's actually your ice cream, Shari. You made that.
Yes.
That's right. I made it special for the kids this morning.
Yeah.
And Lasse, I might need your muscles on that.
Okay.
How about you?
Okay. I'll
cut up the ice cream.
Okay.
Now, each of you take, these are just some Pizzelle cookies.
Very nice.
And so everybody take 2 of them. So put one down, and then Lasse's going to give you, right? Who wanted vanilla?
You get like a whole roll of ice cream?
You do.
Yes.
Your own roll.
All right, now choose a different flavor and put it on top of your ice cream. Okay, so put your other cookie on top, and then you're going to fold your tortilla. Whoop. Fold your tortilla side to side, and then side to side. And when you got one ready, tell Chef. And then we're going to take it, and the chef's going to brown it.
And the goal is just to brown it. We're not looking to melt everything inside.
We're just welding it together so it doesn't open up.
Nice.
Right, okay. And gives it a little more crunch.
So, Shari, you obviously make the kid flavors. Talk a little bit about your fascination of making the ice cream. And my goodness, the combinations of things that you put in the ice cream. I think that's where the fun is.
Well, it's another creative side. It is. I love to play in the kitchen. And I had, my best friend said, you know, I bought you an ice cream machine gazillion years ago. You haven't taken it out of the box. And I said, okay, I will. And it just sort of unleashed a monster. So I'll walk around in a liquor store and I'll see flavors and I'll think, what do I put with this or that?
Infusing and all that good stuff.
Or interestingly enough, TJ Maxx. I'll go in there and I'll look at the different kinds of jams that they have, because you can substitute jam for sugar in making ice cream. So
nice.
We explore all kinds of different
Very good.
flavors, and Chef and I have done. We've even done ice cream with morel mushrooms.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
We did a candy morel.
We talk about, you know, certain alcohols or
flavors.
Dusty will ask me, okay, what kind of flavors would you like this week, or do you have any suggestions? And I get, you know, specialty stuff all the time, mango and kiwi, and so I just give it to her and she comes up with it.
Oh, here's the ooh-ah moment. Now look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? Now, we don't want kids trying this at home unless you've asked parents if you can go into the kitchen and actually turn the stove on. But yeah, so it's interesting that you said Shari approached you.
Yes.
And I'm sure nicely said, your ice cream is crap. I mean, it's really not good what you're currently
Well, I mean,
offering.
she didn't say it was crap. She was smart enough to understand you don't go into a restaurant and insult the chef.
A chef, yeah.
But it was, she challenged it, and I said, well, you know, you can make it for me if you want to.
She talked the talk and walked the walk,
yes,
and now has her ice cream available at Tom's
we have a strong following now with all of the ice cream.
Are these going to be, is this a finger food? Do you just pick these up just like a sandwich?
Absolutely.
Okay, look at them. They're being very kind, though, and they're waiting for their friends.
We're almost done.
Almost
They're
done.
like, hurry.
And you can put more toppings on top, or you can put more sauce on top. That's what I would do.
Or you can just eat them.
Okay, again, we can thank Shari Rhode for bringing this in today. Chef Lasser and Shari, longtime friends. Ideally, what was the idea behind this segment? Just to show that this can be fun, right?
Well, it can be fun, and some of the kids I've done some cooking classes at Giant City.
Nice.
And it's a chance to think, there are all kinds of different flavors you can put together, or different ways to use different things. Like, you know, everybody thinks about the burritos, tortillas to make burritos, but not necessarily to make an ice cream or a dessert.
Very nice.
Get that creativity going.
There it is. So you ready to sample? Okay.
Okay.
I'll take these. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
See, you're not double dipping if you eat the whole pint yourself, just so you know.
Oh my. Okay, you're going to have stalkers now because people are just going to want this ice cream. They're going to show up and beg for it.
Well, you know, check out if there's a fundraiser going on. And because I'm always willing to provide gift certificates that they auction off then to help raise money for, you know, any of the charities or
Very
fundraisers
nice.
for the schools.
You look good. A little something around your mouth there.
Wears well.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
That's good.
This is so good. This one is precious. Look at that. She's like, look, I know I'm on TV, but this is too good to like stop right now. All right, so taste test approved. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It was great.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And we'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Spiel.
My name is Ian Harrison. I'm 50 years old. I am heading the PCAUSA. I'm in charge of the whole of the country. You know, PCA stands for fair judging, no bias, no prejudices. The PCA really is a federation run by athletes for athletes, with athletes' interest at heart.
Coming up later in the show.
I love to get back whenever I can because, like you said, I feel like I've been blessed so much along the way that I'd be a fool not to give back in some way. And being able to help with, people with their dying wishes sometimes.
That's right.
It's just,
That's right.
I mean, come on, that's just a cool thing to be able to be a part of their life for that moment and maybe make their life a little better.
Isn't it amazing how a bike ride through the woods can make you feel like a kid again? Winding through Shawnee Forest Country is a 45-mile trail made of crushed limestone and pure adventure. Follow an old train route as it winds its way deep into a mountain tunnel, through the woods and scenic countryside, even across bridges built in an era when narrow-gauge rail cars carried passengers over the foothills. You can explore one part of the Tunnel Hill Trail at a time, or brave the whole trip if you are a serious rider. When you can find a ride that's just your speed and leave your cares behind, that's how you'll know you're in Shawnee Forest Country. To find out more, visit southernmostillinois.com.
But let's talk about the difference between a sockeye salmon and a king salmon. I think a lot of people don't know that there is different species there, and it means something how it cooks up as well, right?
Absolutely. The sockeye is a plankton and krill eater, and so it's not a predator, and its life cycle is 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
And so it is a very high in keratin and omega-3s and omega fatty acids, that it is one of the best fish that you can possibly eat for your health.
Okay.
The king salmon is equally as good for you. However, it has even more fat. It's a predator, and so everything that gets in front of it, it likes to eat. Shrimp and prawns.
But that changes the flavor, so it becomes really a flavor preference, I think,
Okay.
for each individual palate, right?
Correct.
Yes.
You can order all these products online and have them shipped to your door anywhere in the country within just a few days. Go to our website, wildalaskasalmonandseafood.com.
To find out more about the Spiel or even watch past episodes, visit spielon.com.
You know, on this show, we've had a lot of fun in studio today, but we're not afraid to go outside the walls. We've actually done that on occasion. Some of the individuals that you've seen appear on the Spiel have gone on to do some great things in the world of bodybuilding. I know, not for everybody, but it just depends on to what degree you're willing to go. Our next guest today, well, he went all the way to the top. I mean, he earned the title Mr. Universe, so obviously we had to go in search of that particular interview. So we're going to toss out now and learn a little something about the world of building better bodies with Ian Harrison.
My name is Ian Harrison. I'm 50 years old. I am heading the PCAUSA. I'm in charge of the whole of the country. I got involved in bodybuilding kind of accidentally. I did judo from a very young age, and I was like this. I was skinny, a very skinny kid. So I started doing push-ups and stuff with my dad at like 7, 8 years old, every night, sit-ups with him. It's kind of a typical story. I saw Pumping Iron, saw Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I want to do that. I want to do that. So at 15 years old, I took it up seriously. Started lifting weights in my garage at home, actually. Competed in my first show at 16. At 17, I had major knee surgery on both knees. I was squatting over 600 pounds for 12 reps, basically shattered both my knees. I got told I would never compete again, but I would not accept that. So I basically reassessed how I trained, went back to the drawing board, and I ended up winning the NABBA Junior Britain, the Junior Mr. Universe at 19. So I won the heavyweight and overall British Championships when I was 20. I took 4 years off after that, after I got my pro card, to put the size I needed to compete at the top level. And then I competed from 93 to 98 as a professional bodybuilder. And then in 1998, my last show was the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic in 98. After doing the Olympia in 95 and a few other big name shows back in the day, I just decided that politics was never going to let me in. And I had a wife and a child. To compete for a show, there's a lot of sacrifices. It's not just you. You go through it and your spouse, your children suffer. I decided it was best to walk away. I would either end up dead or divorced or one of the two. So I retired at a young age.
My name's Jeff Culp, 43 years old. I'm an athlete for the PCA. I coach. I enjoy this in my life. Beginning of last year, I wasn't even thinking about bodybuilding, but I coached a lot of female athletes and a couple male athletes, and everybody would ask me when I was going to compete. So I decided to make an NPC show, my first show last year, Europa, real big show. I tried to do it on my own, but I had to go ask my buddy here to help me out because I messed myself up on a diet real bad. And he fixed me up so I could be on stage instead of in the hospital, so it's been a blessing.
I am Kirsten Karl. I'm 24. And I'm here with the PCA to spread the word about this federation that I've gotten involved with. I had never thought about competing until less than a year ago. Over the course of time, a lot of people suggested that I compete and had asked me if I had ever competed. I didn't give a lot of thought to it. When Ian approached me in the gym, I think that was the first time where I actually thought myself that I could do this. And I said, if this guy's looking at me and says, I think you can go somewhere, I think that's the first time it hit home for me, because somebody like that, who had gotten there himself to believe in me, I was like, all right, maybe there's something to this, let's go.
We're just trying to spread the word and let people know that this federation is an international federation. We're in over 40 countries. We have a lot of opportunity for athletes to compete internationally and also win prize money. And we're trying to make it all about the athlete, which it always should have been. It should never be about the promoter or anybody else. It should be about the athletes that have done all the hard work to get there. I like fairness. You know, PCA stands for fair judging, no bias, no prejudices. And that's how it should be. And it's not like that with a lot of federations. And I mean, it's not exactly a new concept, but nobody's done it. You've got to stop any kind of corruption or favoritism. And what we're doing, we're actually using athletes as judges. The PCA really is a federation run by athletes for athletes, with athletes' interest at heart. And we're using people that have been through it, experienced it, and not just guys in suits who are running shows.
The characteristics of this federation, for me, are so different than any other one. They put so much effort into their athletes versus their side of things. It's all about the athletes. The posing seminars are free, so we're giving everything we can to make these athletes feel comfortable on stage before they go. People are backstage making sure you knew where you were going, that you were comfortable, and all it was smiles the whole time. The judges came up to us after, were shaking our hands, congratulating us. It just has a really good feel. So as an athlete, I feel as though they believe in me just as much as I believe in myself. Nobody's ever cared about, I think, the athletes as much as the PCA does.
It's grown beyond anything I could imagine, but I think a lot of people see what we're really doing and see that we are actually about the athlete. There's a market for that. People want that. They just haven't had the opportunity to do it because there's been nowhere to do it. In a way, I feel like a bit of a pioneer because it's a big thing. This has never really happened in this sport before. There's never really been another viable federation for athletes to really compete with, travel internationally and make money from. And I'm very, very proud to be part of it and to be spearheading the US.
If there's people out there thinking about it, you're not really living until you're outside that comfort zone. So if people were actually thinking about getting involved,
consider the PCA because we're making it affordable, we're making it enjoyable, and we're going to guarantee a good competitor experience, a good athlete experience.
Don't think about it, just do it.
Coming up on the Spiel.
Yeah, I'm wishing for a sunny summer Sunday that would never get too late. Dad never said about it too much, too much, too much, too much. Is this more than just a new lust for you?
Switching your account from one bank to another can be a hassle. Farmers State Bank wants to make life easy for our customers. With our MyFSB Switch Kit, we can help make the transition to a new account quick and easy. Come into one of our convenient locations and our staff is here to assist you. And with our new website and mobile-friendly banking, we are continuing the Farmers State Bank tradition of service.
No one will work harder or care more for you.
Visit myfsb.com.
When you have questions about your pregnancy, you shouldn't have to wait for answers. That's why the Patient Support Center at Heartland Women's Healthcare handles more than 6,000 calls per week. Our patients can talk directly with a live nurse to get questions answered by a qualified professional. Patients can even use the Heartland Women's Healthcare app to get answers, pay a bill, or make their next appointment. When our patients have questions, we have a team dedicated to finding answers. Heartland Women's Healthcare.
I'm Ian Harrison, and you're watching The Spiel.
Today on Backstage Pass, we welcome Lucas Hoge in studio.
Every time I hear the thunder rolls, I'm right back to 10 years old. Those songs are like the soundtrack to my life. I was too young to understand why Mama cried when she heard the dance. Those melodies will forever be wrapped around my heart, and that's the power of God.
Thanks, man. We're gonna take you back scene. What's up, everybody? It's Dustin.
Music. Sawyer Brown.
My first album.
I'm Jason Kingston, and this is your Backstage Pass.
Lucas Hoge joining us. I tell you what, goosebumps from the moment you started playing.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You know, when did you realize you had this talent, and where does it come from? Just within, obviously.
Well, ever since we were little kids, Mom and Dad always had us singing in the car, you know, singing in the radio, whatever. And I never really developed a singing voice, I guess, until I was in probably high school, because I started out playing drums. I loved every musical instrument I could find. I tried to grab a hold of it.
Hair? Because you did have some long hair at one point.
Right when I moved to Nashville, I grew it out because I was right off the farm, you know. I was in hats and all that stuff, and everybody had hats on, and I was like, I need to stand out, so I grew my hair out then. But growing up, I just wanted to gravitate towards every musical instrument I could, so I started playing the drums, and I wanted to play the piano, and then I realized that, hey, guitar's a lot easier to carry around than drums and a piano.
Oh, man, I know. And then you realized, hey, I've got a great instrument here, too. I mean, your voice is really, really good.
Thank you so much. I grew up listening to my dad sing, my brother sing, and my mom and sisters all sang, and Mom's great at writing short stories and lyrics and things like that. So I come by it very, very naturally, and they were always very supportive growing up, saying, hey, if this is something that you really want to do, you might want to chase it down. And
very good.
I did. I'm glad I did.
It's wonderful to see that you're aligned not only with country, you know, country rock, but there's some Christian mention in there and such. Do you still have a heart for that, or what is it that you're trying to produce? Just the story, the element of the story?
Absolutely. I just love songs that you can sink your teeth into, you know, stuff that still has good substance to it. And of course, we all love those party songs, and they're fun. They're fun when you're out there playing clubs, don't get me wrong, but I've always had a place for it in my heart. You know, grew up in a little country church, and maybe at the peak of congregation there was 15 people. I mean,
that's right.
It was
that's
small.
Your stage. That's all you need.
Exactly. And it just built from there. And about 2 years ago, I was like, you know, I'm playing all over the country doing what everybody is loving right now, but there's something that I really want to do. I started these things called Sunday Sessions.
Lord help me, Jesus, I've wasted it, so help me, Jesus, I know what I am.
I love your story in that you had a community get behind you, whether that be that 15-member congregation, and wanting to see you do well. And now you are giving back quite a bit. Let's talk about some of those things that you do, maybe that people aren't so aware of.
Absolutely. I love to give back whenever I can, because like you said, I feel like I've been blessed so much along the way that I'd be a fool not to give back in some way. And being able to help with, people with their dying wishes sometimes. It's just something that I'm just, I mean, come on, that's just a cool thing to be able to be a part of their life for that moment and maybe make their life a little better.
Let's talk a little bit about that song. There was a lady, and talk about the song that you wrote.
Absolutely. So a buddy of mine, we were actually filming a hunting show in Nebraska a while back with some friends, and I got to know the camera guy really well because we hit it off, because both being from Nebraska, I mean, Nebraska's got a tight bond, I'm just saying. And we kept in touch after he stopped doing a cameraman thing, and he went to work for the hospice out in Pueblo, Colorado. Oh, wow. As I called him the genie, kind of. He was the guy helping grant dying wishes for people. And he called me up one day. He's like, man, I've got this lady here. Her name's Natalie Fagnani, and she's suffering from ALS disease, and she's in hospice care right now. And her dying wish is to have a poem that she had started writing, turned into a song. Right. And I'd be like, I would love to help her out any way, shape, or form I can. So he's had her send it over, and she's bedridden, right? She can't move. I mean, she's trapped inside of her own body, but her brain is completely there, you know.
Sure.
But she can prop her foot up on a service dog at the end of a bed and still work her big toe to type out the words to this poem. I know, right there, you're like, what? She's doing
Exactly.
this. And she emailed me that poem, and me and my buddy Corey Barker sat down passing lyrics back and forth over the computer, and literally we got the lyric done before I even put any melody to it at all. And I'm sitting there with the lyric, and I put the phone on my knee just to get a work tape down, and I play it down one time, I don't stop, and I'm like, I can't change a thing. That just kind of just fell out, you know.
That was it.
And I sent the work tape off to them like, hey, what do you think of this? And they sent the work tape to the radio station, and it was like the most requested song ever in the history of the radio station in Colorado. It was pretty cool.
Those are the best stories.
So she loved it, and we ended up going out there and being able to meet her and talk to her, and then come full circle, we were able to get the song on radio. It was doing really, really well, and then we were able to bring her to the Grand Ole Opry when I was opening up for George Jones, and she was in the audience, and it was just a cool thing, and I think that gave her a lot more energy, and she kept on for quite a while after that.
That is awesome. So how did the Smallville thing come about?
Yeah, it was one of those things. So I've been watching the show. I'm a huge Superman, like Marvel Comics, DC comic guy. I love superhero stuff. And I'd met Laura Lynn, who's my amazing manager and my beautiful wife as well. And at the time, when she first moved to town, she was like, hey, you're writing like crazy, and tell me some of the stuff, because she comes from a TV and film background. And I told her I love Smallville. She's like, give me like 8 or 10 songs that you think would go perfect in this show.
Oh, that's cool.
We sat down and wrote like 10 songs, and one of them made it through. She pitched them all to Smallville, and one of them made it through, and we were so excited. And it was like the perfect scene. So it was when Lois and Lana were fighting in the Talon, is the coffee shop, over Clark Kent, you know? And my music's singing, and I'm singing in the background. It's just the coolest thing. We had a big Superman party at the house.
Oh my gosh, you had made it at that point.
Exactly. I was like, oh,
it's the little things like that. What else can we look forward to with you? What do you want to do? What's next?
Oh, we've got some amazing things happening. Put a new project together, great singles that are coming out very, very soon. And then one thing that I'm really excited about is getting my own TV show out again. So we've got a show coming out called Hogue Wild, a little shameless plug here.
Hogue Wild, get it.
It's a hunting, conservation, lifestyle show, so I'm really excited about that. I grew up in the outdoors as a little kid, hunting and fishing, and just loving everything about it. So it just comes natural to me, and I just want to share everything that with my fans and the people out there that I'd love to teach some things to too.
You're ready to let them into all aspects there. They get to see the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff.
And there's a lot of it.
Well, here on the Spiel, we like to put people on the spot. So I'm actually warming you up. I'm not just going to hit you cold with it. We want you to divulge something, just one little something that you've never ever shared with anyone else.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, just
hard.
one. I know. Just like, what is that? What is it Connie Chung said that time? Just whisper in my ear.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whisper into this microphone, clearly.
That didn't go very well. But that one little thing that maybe no one knows that you've ever shared.
Gosh, I honestly don't know. With the world of social media, it feels like everybody's already inside your snow globe, you know, and each little flake is a piece of your life.
It is.
And gosh, if I had to say,
well, okay, you got something?
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you a little reprieve. Now, my co-host Julie, here's what that's my thing is. I always ask people to spiel one thing about themselves. Yeah. Julie likes to just put you on the spot and ask you a couple questions about yourself. So maybe this will spark something.
Okay.
Crunchy or creamy?
Crunchy.
Okay. Mexican or Italian?
Italian.
Mountains or the beach?
Mountains.
We knew that, okay. Yeah. Well, she always asks this. I think it's very inappropriate, especially with your wife right over there. Boxers or briefs?
It depends. It depends on the jeans you're wearing.
Oh, good
It really
answer.
does.
Very good answer. Okay. Now do you have that little tidbit? Just a little something.
If I have to divulge something. I have lots of like clothes, like shoes. So I have an entire bedroom that doesn't have a bed in it. That's my entire walk-in closet.
Are you
I have
kidding?
Clothes and gear and just everything. And my wife has this little bitty, like barely walking
You're that
closet.
guy.
I'm
I
that
mean,
guy.
you got to think about it. I feel bad now. You come in and you're like, what about these socks?
She's
with these
shaming me.
shoes?
Yes, exactly. Do these go right?
Well, that's very
The rhino
cool.
or the elephant boots?
Thank you. You were a pleasure. Is there anything else you want to point out that maybe I didn't ask you about? That you
No, I
wanna
think
get
we
off?
got it all. Yeah, just go to lucashoge.com, and all of my socials is just Lucas Hoge, and Hoge is H-O-G-E.
That's it. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you very
Pleasure.
much.
You're watching The Spiel.
Hi everybody, I'm Lucas Hoge, and this first song I'm going to do is called Wishing I Was Fishing. Yeah, I'm wishing I was in that old plywood boat, a 3-horse pull start motor and a cooler full of coals, just watching those bobbers going down, and hear the splash of a 5-pound bass. Man, I love that sound, just me and my old man. Yeah, I'm wishing I could just ride that memory back, feet dangling off the tailgate, across the pasture through the grass. Yeah, I'm wishing for a sunny summer Sunday that would never get too late, and Dad would never say we got one last kiss. Yeah, I'm wishing I was fishing. Wish I was laughing at one of his worn out jokes when I beat him to the punchline. That's what he loved the most. Yeah, he taught me how to treat a girl, and gave me my first beer. Man, he was the center of my world. Gotta miss my old man. Yeah, I'm wishing I could just ride that memory back, feet dangling off the tailgate, across the pasture through the grass. Yeah, I'm wishing for a sunny summer Sunday that would never get too late, and Dad would never say that we got one last kiss. Yeah, I'm wishing I was fishing. Just give me one last kiss. Yeah, I'm wishing I could just ride that memory back, feet dangling off the tailgate, across the pasture through the grass. Yeah, I'm wishing for a sunny summer Sunday that would never get too late, Dad would never say we got one last kiss. Yeah, I'm wishing I was fishing.
Someone said, to find a man's true character, play golf with him. Likewise, to experience the true character of the region, you should play its golf courses. From the old oaks of Crab Orchard Golf Club to the hills of Kokopelli, across the shores of Pine Lakes to the links at Stardust. Find a challenging and diverse range of play that you can only experience when you visit SI.
I'm Bob Davenport, broker-owner of Realty Central. Our area, our MLS board, it covers 26 counties. So I have agents that cover a lot of the areas. I've got Jackson, Williamson, Union County. I have agents that work in Williamson County. I have an agent that lives in Franklin County. I have an agent that covers Perry and Randolph County. I've got 21 people here that work in the office, and we call it the Realty Central team. Everybody's willing to help one another. I have excellent office staff that's got a friendly voice when you call. My company, we all work together, and we help one another out. It's all about customer service. You know, you don't take care of your client, somebody else will. We're a locally owned company. They're putting the hours in. People say, what are my hours? And I'll work when they don't. So when they're not working, it's when we're working. Then we're working in the background also. Kind of help them out step by step and tell them what's going on. If you're deciding whether you want to list or you want to buy, give us a call. We'll meet you in the office. We'll meet somewhere that's convenient for you. Realty Central, faces you know, people you trust. Find us at realtycentralhomes.com.
Hi everybody, Captain Tony here. I've got my good friend Lazar from Tom's Place Restaurant. We have a lot of fun cooking and messing kitchens up. We're gonna do a few very simple recipes so people can see really how easy it is to cook seafood.
Food is love. Food is good. Cook for somebody. Show me something real simple that everybody can do.
First, I have a piece of halibut here. Okay. This is some of our Alaskan halibut that we sell. And so I've thawed the halibut out. And all I have some mayonnaise here, and I have some Parmesan cheese, and I have some garlic. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix the garlic with the Parmesan and the mayonnaise. It's about equal parts on all of them.
Okay.
And all you're gonna do now is put a light coating right on top of the fish.
Yeah, we call that a crust, just so we're on the same pot.
You know, speaking of crust, you can actually add a little
crust.
Okay. You can actually, if you want to get a little bit of
panko.
Panko is a perfect additive to that. Here it is. It's that simple. Put this in the oven at 400 degrees, and we are off to the races. 400 degrees for about 8 minutes is all you're going to cook it. It's that simple. That's one really, really easy way to do halibut.
We love making new friends. Visit us online at facebook.com/SpielOn.
On the Spiel, we like to keep you guessing. The boss is away. Julie is not here today.
Okay.
So we can close out this show any way we please, correct?
That's right.
All right.
And there's no better place to close it out than in the kitchen.
That's right. Chef Lasse Sorensen is here, and we may not actually fill you in on this show what we have on this plate, but it's more money than I make it. No, I'm kidding. This is a wonderful dish. There's some intricacies that we are going to just tell you about so you can follow along on the journey. And when we do break this down and we do start talking about them on a future show, you'll understand exactly what we're talking about. Chef, go ahead and start to deconstruct and tell people what we're looking at here.
Well, this is an unusual thing in Southern Illinois just because of the cost.
Right.
So this would be the $100 steak, if you will.
Right.
So it has fresh asparagus, pearl onions, new potatoes, all expensive ingredients right now.
Peppercorns.
Demi-glace truffle sauce.
That's it.
And
Truffles.
the truffles is where the money is right here.
Yes.
There's more money on the in truffle there is in this prime steak.
Okay.
And then, you know, we have...
Well, let's stop there because we have to put to rest. I know a lot of people are sitting at home. Truffles, I have truffles. My honey gave me some truffles as a, you know, a gift, a dessert, whatever. The real truffle is actually meant to, let's talk a little bit about that and how they find them. That was fascinating to me.
It lives in the ground.
Okay.
And the only way to find them is either use pigs or dogs and the truffle has a pheromone in it, a female...
They think their mate is buried out there somewhere.
Yes, a female dog or female pig. So that's why they're very eager to find these little critters, and the trick is to get them before the dog or the pig gets them.
And Chef seems to think that what happened long ago is maybe a chef took some chocolate, rolled it around, maybe made it look like a truffle, and called it the chocolate truffle.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, in order to
look at that,
make that even clearer, you know, we can just look at this. I mean, this is the size, right?
You don't want to bite into that the same way you do the chocolate truffle.
No.
You definitely want to shave it and use it as an accent.
Yep.
And now you're going to get into the foie gras or fatty liver, fat liver. Foie.
Yeah, that's the term of endearment, just foie.
Of course.
And I mean, like, this
what is not to love about that?
This is just so incredible. I mean, you really, really have to try this because there's nothing better than this.
Okay, and then you topped it off with a little...
Amaranth red microgreens, which is also imported into Southern Illinois. So this is just like the cream of the crop.
While our show today was all about everything sweet, you know, we taught you how you could have fun with the kids in the kitchen, and when you bring them to the kitchen, it doesn't have to be dinner time. They need to be there with you and learning the lessons and how to have fun. And you came up with this fabulous dish by trying different things.
Yes.
You know, plating it a certain way, preparing it a certain way. So I know that we tease you a lot, but you truly mean it. It's from the heart. Food is love, food is a peacemaker, and we do need to cook for someone.
Yes, and not only cook for someone, but cook with somebody.
Yes.
That is super cool too.
Although it tastes so much better when someone else cooks it. What if I just stay in the kitchen and talk to you?
Yeah, that's perfect. I love it.
Well, we have to get out of the show, so we're gonna do our word of the week. Foie gras is gonna be, is it just two? We're just gonna have 2 syllables there? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you, which part you want, the first or the last?
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go first. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Foie
gras.
Okay, I think I can deliver that part better,
Okay.
so you go first.
Foie
gras.
Yeah.
What was that?
Perfect.
That was pretty
I
good.
like to roll.
All right.
Real French.
All right, well, thank you, and we'll be back next time. See you then.
When a Friday night ain't just for the guys, when I ain't living off of Papa John's and Miller Lite, when fast cars and no guitars ain't always on my brain, yeah, that will be the day. When half my check ain't spent on fishing rods and reels, turning down another round and going home ain't no big deal. When a girl can make me wanna change and say goodbye to my old ways, yeah, that will be the day. When she's walking in with her white dress on her daddy's arm, flowers at her feet, living in my best, trying to catch my breath. This forever steps right up next to me. When I'm looking in her eyes, I see all my priorities change. Gonna take her hand with all I have, yeah, not look back, 'cause that'll be the day. That'll be the day. Never been the kind to wait outside some dressing room, or the kind to light some candles, no, just to set the mood. And if you told me eventually I'd feel differently, I'd say, yeah, that would be the day. When she's walking in with her white dress on her daddy's arm, flowers at her feet, living in my best, trying to catch my breath. It's forever steps right up next to me. When I'm looking in her eyes and I see all my priorities change, gonna take her hand with all I have, yeah, not look back, 'cause that'll be the day. That'll be the day. There's a lot of things I said I'd never change. When she's walking in with a white dress on her daddy's arm, flowers at her feet. Even in my best, trying to catch my breath, this forever steps right up next to me. When I'm looking in her eyes, I see all my priorities change. Gonna take her in with all I have, yeah, not a look back. Gonna take her in with all I have and never look back. 'Cause that'll be the day. That'll be the day. Yeah, that'll be the day.
Yo, Rob, what's going on today? Hey, so we have Shari Rhode here in the kitchen. We got Aisha, a 16-year-old chef that's going to be Chef Lasse's apprentice. And we have a backstage pass. So check it out.
Hi, my name is Aisha Roberto, and today we're going to be making a crepe cake.
Sweet.
I'm Shari Rhode. I'm an attorney in Carbondale, Illinois, and I get to hang out with Lasse Sorensen and play at Tom's.
Heck yeah. High five.
Oh.
There we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Lucas Hoge, and we're getting ready to play some of my new singles that are going to be right here on the Spiel.
Boom. There you go. Kirsten, what are you doing right now?
I am putting up an overhead camera that's gimbal stabilized so we can get a top-down shot when the food's made.
Heck yeah. Check this out.